Introducing Not Your Mother's Curl Talk range, an American cult favourite for wavy and curly hair.
Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line.
Curl Talk line products that I am so excited to dive into.
Not Your Mother's Curl Talk product.
Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line.
Listen, I don't think there's any review that has been more highly requested than this.
Since I live in the UK, I haven't had the opportunity to try out this iconic brand. That is until a recent trip to the USA where I finally got my hands on some of the Curl Talk range. And now today I thought we'd test these bad boys out together and see if they live up to their reputation.
Freshly washed and conditioned hair, which means I'm ready to style, but very quickly I want to ask you something. This type of video format is something I've started to do a bit more of, whereby I'm testing out products or routines for the very first time with you. Do you like this kind of content is my question. Is it helpful, or would you rather see tried and tested methods and routines from me? Please let me know in the comments below. I make the content for you, so it'd be great to hear what you think. My hair is freshly washed and conditioned, so we're ready to style. I will show you what I used today. It is the clarifying wash from Bumble and Bumble. One of the other things I loved about my trip to the US was I managed to get all these teeny tiny trial sizes of products, which is so super helpful. So that was my first wash, and then I used the Coconut and Hibiscus Curl and Shine shampoo. Now this is available in the UK, but again, we would never have this sort of size. And this is a bit of a test because I feel my instinct says it might be too heavy. So it was good that I could pick up a small size. And then I used the conditioner, and I wanted something that was much more kind of moisturising and not protein based, and I'll come back to why in a moment. But that's what I used in my wash routine. So we are now ready to style. First product is a leave-in conditioner. This is a multi-purpose, so it is a detangler, leave-in conditioner and a heat protectant, and it also contains protein. So that's one of the reasons I didn't want protein in my conditioner today, is the first product we're using actually contains protein. It says detangles, hydrates and protects. So I'm just going to spray this all over. I detangled, as I always do, oh it smells nice, in the shower with my wet brush. And then the other thing I'm going to use today, oh that does feel nice. It's got a really lovely slip to it straight away. That's just really smoothed out my hair. That feels very, very lovely. I'm going to style today with the, oh sorry, gross, bounce curl brush, sorry. Actually so good at detangling and smoothing. So I'm just going to use this now to brush that leave-in conditioner through. First impressions, it is lovely. It's given my hair a very slippery, seaweedy feel. Okay, so now ready for the curl cream. I managed to get this in a smaller size, which was really handy because I love curl creams and I've got a ton of them already.
Yikes.
I am just going to apply that amount. And then I just like to emulsify a curl cream between my hands, like so. And then kind of with one hand, just sort of rake it through one side, and then with the product on the other side, just rake that through as well. This one also has protein, so I've got notes, sorry. I can't remember everything, so I do have notes, so sorry if I'm looking down. Yeah, so this also has protein. It's really good packaging actually, because it's super clear. Down the side is like a little kind of system, an icon system. So it's like cruelty-free, gluten-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free. So no drying alcohols within this, and with protein. And then the same on here. So cruelty-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free, and then with protein. It feels very, very smooth. It's gone on really nicely. Feels very lightweight. Before the next two products, I now want to create my curl clumps, and as I said, I'm going to use the brush to do that. This is about Not Your Mother's, so let's not make you sit and watch all of that. Let's, with the power of editing, jump to the point where this process is finished. Brush styling done. Those two products made it so easy to brush style. They gave my hair so much slip, completely detangled, felt really smooth. I mean, this brush is amazing. but the products work really, really well with it. And so now we're ready for the mousse. This is the one that I picked up, and the reason that I was particularly interested to see how this works is it claims to have long-lasting protection against humidity. So it says to work it in from the roots first. I don't emulsify mousse, I just kind of do that, whatever that word is, and then work it into the hair. I don't want to disturb all the curl clumps, so I'm just being a little bit careful. Now, the first thing I will say, and this is why I feel like I don't love mousse, is it gets sticky in your hands, and then as you're sort of scrunching the product in, it pulls on your curl clumps, and I feel like it creates frizz. So it does feel quite sticky to me, but let's hold judgment. Because if it does what it says in terms of frizz and humidity, that will be a super duper thing. Okay, how are we looking? Bit of a close up. So this is what I mean here. I feel like the curl clumps have been disturbed from the mousse because it was quite sticky. And that is a reason that I kind of tend not to reach for mousse. But as I said, let's reserve judgment. And then the final product is the gel. This also has protein in it. Now, one of the things I didn't mention actually, the mousse, they say is a soft touchable hold. So there's like a 1 to 5 grading system, and that's a number 2 in terms of hold. And this is a number 3. So this is a flexible, firm hold. And I believe this also has protein. Yes, it does. So this is the third product in my lineup today which has protein in it, which is again why I made sure I didn't put protein in my shampooing and conditioning, because I don't want to be in protein overload. It says keep your look flake free. Now that was kind of weird to me because I was like, I have never had that problem with gels before. I've had them where they've been uber sticky or crunchy, but I've never had flakes. Which was interesting. So let me know, have you experienced that? Which gels have caused your hair to flake? Because no one wants that. And then it says that yes, it's going to lock in with a firm yet flexible hold. I'm not going to use an absolute ton of gel. That's kind of a normal amount for me. And then I am just going to rub this between my hands. And I think because I've created some frizz from the mousse, I'm definitely just going to glaze this over and just kind of try and smooth down some of that frizz and some of those areas. It's drying very quickly as well, I've noticed. I'm getting some flash drying going on. Again, this is quite sticky. Because can you see, as I'm sort of scrunching the product in, let me get a bit closer, as I pull away, I get that problem where it kind of gets stuck. But that said, I can also see some lovely definition. This is a really handy tip to deal with frizz. If you notice frizz while you're styling your hair, like here for example, you still have time to do something about it. So just, I'm going to wet it back down. I've just popped a tiny bit of continuous spray. It's just water in my spray bottle. And just smooth it back down, like seal that hair back. I don't want it to be stuck to my head, so I'm going to sort of slightly crunch it. Because if you've got frizz now, you'll definitely have frizz later. And like I said, I don't mind frizz too much. It gives a bit of texture, and it gives some volume. But some of those wirier ones, I don't mind if they stay nice and smooth. So that is the 4-step styling routine done. I'm going to go and try this. Again, I won't make you watch that. I'm going to hover, and then a technique that I use all the time now is I just lift my hair upwards from the ends upwards towards kind of the root like that, and then diffuse. Again, power of editing. I'll come back when it's fully dry. Completely dry. Let's scrunch out the crunch. Olaplex. I am in love with this product. 3 drops, rub it between my hands, and then I just kind of go like that. And that I find kind of helps smooth things out. And then let's scrunch out the crunch. After I've done a little bit of kind of scrunching, I always like to shake up the roots quite a lot, particularly when I've used multiple styling products. Results, verdict. So, yep, I can absolutely see why there are so many rave reviews on social media about this brand. I am loving how my hair is looking right now. I love all the sort of curly texture that's going on. There's a kind of a normal amount of frizz for me. Like I said, you know, I think it's unfair to judge the products on frizz control when I've got so much new growth. My hair is just getting thicker and thicker. The only thing I would say right now that I can still feel is a little bit of crunch towards the bottom. I know loads of people will absolutely hate what I'm about to do, but I am actually going to very, very gently brush out this bottom part. And I quite often do that, I'll be honest. Just where it gets a bit stringier, because it'll soften it, and usually it might look a bit fluffy to begin with, but it'll kind of separate again and it'll just make it feel even fuller. If you've got some stringiness, just brush it out a little bit. I always wonder, how does it look from the back? Like, is it super vain to say I absolutely love how my hair looks? Really, really chuffed. They definitely live up to the hype. This one, particularly beautiful, that leave-in conditioner felt nourishing and it gave me that seaweed slippery texture that I want, so really, really great. Also loved the curl cream, same thing, it gave that lovely smooth texture so that it made brush styling so simple, and it didn't, you know, get caught or tangle or anything. The one I was probably least in love with is the Mousse, and it just had that sticky texture where I then felt like it started to pull out the curls. But I'm thrilled. I am absolutely in love with this finish today. And yeah, I'm glad I brushed that little bit out at the end, because actually I do think that looks better. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you're UK or EU based, let me now talk to you about where you can probably buy these products. You can try iHerb if you're in the UK or the EU, and they're not going to charge you like crazy amounts of delivery. I think there is a delivery charge, but you're not going to pay over the odds for delivery. And then the second website that I found is Naturalistic Products that looks trustworthy. They've got excellent Trustpilot reviews and they stock a multitude of different brands that are hard to get hold of in the UK. You are still going to pay more than I paid for these products in the US, unfortunately. But they are really, really beautiful. I can definitely see what everyone's been going on about. I'm so glad I managed to get my hands on these products, and I'm absolutely loving the results, and I'm slightly gutted because I've now got to go and work, and really I should be putting my hair up. That's so sad, isn't it? Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.